Oh God, I can't. I'm gonna just you guys
He's-
talk. I'm gonna get
Yeah,
mad.
right. So basically, we know that video game developers and publishers have this reputation for just being bad places to work for a lot of reasons. And this is just the most recent one of those, like something happening and everyone getting mad about it, and then them being like, oh, we didn't know, we're gonna do better. We're not gonna say how we'll do better, but we'll do better.
Right.
And now we
Yeah.
have Blizzard employees walking out, which is wonderful.
I'm sorry. Tim just changed his lights to red because he's mad.
Oh my God. Oh, perfect.
Oh,
Where'd Tim go?
man. Tim is playing hide and seek, sir.
Everybody's here but Tim now.
And, well, Tim and his epilepsy warning. That should be his picture for today.
That'd be a great cold open. Just Tim's lights going insane.
Tim, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. You just turned off your camera.
Yeah.
You didn't just decide to totally ignore us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Once again, you sound like my dad when he's not really paying attention.
I'm paying attention. I'm just.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Yeah, welcome to Tim Broke It again.
I didn't.
Technical
Cody.
issues.
Cody broke my lights. I can prove it.
I mean, I didn't. I have nothing to do with your lights.
I can prove this.
Can you?
I mean, if you can, I'll be surprised. How come his camera just changed colors?
It's not.
It's not even his face.
What do you mean? My camera's on.
camera's on
is that
now,
what
yeah.
that was? Okay, it didn't update for me. Hold on.
Yeah.
Well,
There you
it's
go.
on.
There you go.
There's just a freak storm behind me. That's all that is.
Tim's at a rave or a Christmas party, and I don't know which.
Yeah. Your pick.
Oh man.
What a week for games, dude.
John Johnson said, "Just popping in to say hi. I got to go to sleep."
Hi, John.
Hey, John.
He said, "Good." He said, "Good job, Tim."
I didn't do it, John.
But you did.
Cody did it.
did.
John.
All right. Anyways, yeah. Let's start because there's a ass ton to talk about this week,
There's so much going on.
and I feel like I'm the one who experienced most of it.
Yeah, you were definitely full pioneer mode, getting into all the flights and getting that beta action.
Yep. New World beta, Halo Flight, Tribes of Midgard, which then I bought for Justin because I needed help. I needed all the help. Oh my god. Oh, John said that Tim is being taken by aliens. I mean, that's also a possibility.
Yeah, that could be.
That's it. You got it.
If anybody, it would be him.
Got it.
But before we get into obviously the things that I've been playing this week, what have you guys been playing?
Buddy, I've been playing Lethal League Blaze by Team Reptile. Just dropped on Game Pass. It's been on my wish list on Steam for ages, and I just never picked it up. But it's this beautiful cel-shaded game of like Pong, but you're characters and you're hitting a ball back and forth, and it goes faster every time you hit it. And if you get struck by it, you lose. That's like a point for them. It's really cool. If you ever play Jet Set Radio, it's got some tracks from the guy who did the music for that. And I only know about this game because they're making a new game, which is the spiritual successor to Jet Set Radio, called Bomb Funk Cyber Rush, I think is the name.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that Lethal League? Isn't it also by the same people who did Speedrunners?
I'm not familiar. I don't know.
It's like a racing game.
I know there was another game that they did before Lethal League, but I don't know if that's what it was called. Yeah, but I've been loving that. I might do a little video on that at some point. Really fun. If you have Game Pass, try it out.
Try out all the 6 games that came out this week, and the eight that have come out in the past week,
including the Ascent, which we'll talk about.
Yeah. But you've been playing anything else, Justin, or is that kind of the?
Oh, that's been my go-to. I jumped into Due Process because that got an update as well. That game continues to tick along with its tiny little player base, but it's always fun to jump in there.
Yeah, Due Process, man, it hurts my eyes.
Yeah,
after a while. I can play it. Look, it's a cool game, but I don't know. I couldn't fully get into it, but I like what they're doing at least.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything for you, Tim? Other than Mortal Kombat?
Oh my god.
Injustice 2.
Okay.
The other Mortal Kombat.
The other
Mortal
game
Kombat.
that's also like 6 years old.
I am gonna, however, take. Well,
I'm exaggerating.
Yeah, I guess Injustice 2 probably is that old. I am gonna take a little bit of issue with the other Mortal Kombat line there, because Injustice 2, even though it's made by NetherRealm and it's a 2-dimensional fighting game, it's a lot slower.
Okay.
It is so much slower paced than Mortal Kombat. Like, it fucks me up every time I play it, and then I go back to playing Mortal Kombat because it's night and day.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah. Other than that, the Ascent, I'm really excited because I picked up Monster Hunter Stories 2, and I'm gonna play that. I fixed my lights so there's no longer needing a seizure warning behind me, and I'm gonna change the color here in a minute. And I picked up Chernobylite, and I'm gonna try and make some content about that. So
yeah, I've heard a lot about that one.
Yeah,
it's a Fallout type game. Tim has to have it.
It's closer to Stalker, so I'm even more excited. Even though I know Stalker 2's
kind of fits.
Still,
I think isn't Stalker 2 next year right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
as with most games.
Yeah. Yeah, as with most games. Just real quick, we'll just hit on this. Horizon Forbidden West, pushed to 2022.
Yeah.
To literally nobody's surprise.
The reason, by the way, that you guys didn't notice before that there are 3 skulls is, 1, my camera is normally more zoomed in, and 2, this is normally the lighting, so you can't really see them with the dark back there.
Yeah.
Like, that third one is just vanishes.
Could be anything.
He says once again, trying to convince everybody who noticed that there's more. That there was always 3.
Listen, Little Scully I've had since before I had Big Scully. And I actually got them both at I think Target or something.
Where did you get
like when we moved into this
Scully?
house? That one we've had since we lived in Duluth, and it actually has like a little like string on it, and you hang it from the ceiling.
Oh, you got it from the graveyard that you used to live across the street from.
No, but it has batteries in it, and it has a sensor that when you like wave your hand in front of it, or somebody's supposed to walk by it, it plays the Halloween theme, like Halloween the movie. Like
obvious, the Halloween theme. What other Halloween theme do you think I'm thinking of?
I don't know, but I'm just specifying.
You think I'm over here thinking of Vampirina or something?
Maybe. I don't fucking know your life. Okay.
Justin won't know Vampirina. That's a kid's show.
Alan in the chat. Hey, what's up? Do you know what Vampirina is?
What's going on, Alan?
Good old Alan. You're always here. We can always rely on you. But yeah.
I think that's pretty much it that I've been playing this week.
Cool.
What about you?
All right, well then, I think we all know. I started playing Halo last night. I finally got into it. We'll get into the frustrations of trying to do that last night. At the beginning of the week, end of last weekend, beginning of this week, I was playing New World and Pokemon Unite. We talked about Pokemon Unite last week. It's on my arm. Chocolate for my children. Awesome. And then played some Tribes of Midgard this week. It's been a full week of games. It really has. I feel like I haven't had enough time because I still need to also play Monster Hunter Stories too. Like I was working my way through that, and then like shit hit the fan with New World and Pokemon Unite. So, oh god, that hurts.
Oh, I forgot. I played Quit Your Job Simulator 2021 as well.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's not a simulator when it's real life.
Right.
Oh my god. So yeah.
Alan says his brother is going to start playing games again, but his PC is too old and shitty. F.
F in chat.
Just got to bully him
man.
to upgrade.
Upgrade how? I was gonna get a graphics card.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. God.
At this point, you might as well just try and get a Series X or
I'll just pull the scalp from market. This is actually going in my HTPC when I finish it. I just need a power supply and a new storage drive or a new boot drive for it. But otherwise, I would make the scalper joke of, oh, okay, if he gives me $900, you can have my RX 590.
What a deal!
Man. These are actually selling for like fucking like $800-900, and I bought this card for $200.
Yeah,
it's a $200 GPU.
If you want a good laugh, just to go like eBay your current graphics card and see how much it comes up for.
Let's see. I'm curious now.
Oh, dude, a 3090?
Yeah.
EVGA FTW3 3090 maybe has gone down since you bought it, mostly because they explode.
New World. Nah, they're fine. They're fine. First one I clicked on is $2,600.
Jesus Christ.
$600 markup from the after taxes. That's a lot. Anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. So I'm gonna rearrange this a little bit.
Yeah,
Justin.
go for it.
Let's talk about the PS5 M.2 storage expansion is starting its rollout.
Yeah, dude. Like, exciting. If you have a PS5, Sony's like, all right, we're rolling this out. Software update.
Yep.
You're going to be able to expand your internal storage with a little M2 stick.
Right. It is in beta at the moment, so not everybody can do it.
I assumed that was in there from the beginning because I knew it had an M2 slot, M.2 slot in there, and I was like, when I heard that it was like, oh, they're enabling it, I was like, it wasn't enabled from.
No, it hasn't been enabled. They had to do a software, which is just weird to me that it wasn't ready to go on launch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because there was a lot of rumors like that the PlayStation was ready to go in 2019, like beginning of 2020, but they pushed it back. So I was just kind of surprised to hear that. But I mean, it's working for some people now. Once again, it is in beta, so there's only like a small group of people that can actually do it.
Yeah.
And I think Tim Warren, he's a Twitter guy for games. And he did a video on like how like I don't think it was supposed to be a knock on like how to install the M.2 in the PS5, but he did show like how to install a expansion on the Xbox, and then he showed the PS5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Xbox is obviously simpler because it's literally plug and play.
Yeah, it's like a memory card.
Right, but the PS5's it honestly isn't that bad.
No, if you've ever worked on anything inside a computer or a laptop, it's not that
bad. But I think that's the problem.
Right?
Because outside of the pricing, which is I think 2 terabytes is $500, I believe. Somewhere in that range.
I remember it looked like it was comparable to like the Xbox memory cards storage wise.
I'm gonna look at
that's $200
for
1 terabyte.
Yeah. So 2 terabytes would track at $500 probably.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. This is you linked the PlayStation thing.
Yeah, the actual instruction.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I don't remember the pricing. The pricing is a little expensive, obviously, because M.2s aren't cheap in general.
Yeah.
But I think the real problem with it is that even though it is simple to us, because like I have an M.2 in my motherboard, you know what I mean? I think Tim does. Justin, I know you will at some point. You know what I mean? It's just
what's gonna happen.
It's just the future of storage, is what it is right now.
I mean, you can buy. So we say that like it tracks and M.2 drives are not expensive, but you can get a Samsung 980, which is like a really nice, 1 terabyte like M.2 drive.
What's the read speed?
Read speed on it. It's probably equivalent because it's a PCIe 3x4, so it's probably pretty much.
So the read speed has to be 5500 or higher.
Is that what the Seagate ones with per Sony are?
Yeah. That's why those ones are so expensive. because they have specific specifications that you have to do, and not those that they need on the market are not very cheap. So I mean, there's going to be third party, or not even third party, but there's going to be it'll get cheaper as we go along here. The same thing that's going to happen with the 1 terabyte for the Xbox. But I think the real issue is that it's not complicated for us, but I know 100% if I was a kid right now and I needed to get this for my mom bought it for me, like she would not know how to do it. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of the overall issue with the expansion, right? Is for younger kids / teenagers that don't have parents that understand the whole M.2 thing.
You say that, but also keep in mind that a lot of the parents we're talking about, we're not those kids, we're those parents.
Well,
you know what I mean?
also
So like,
true. That's also true.
I think you're right. There's a lot of people out there that haven't done it, don't know how to do it, wouldn't feel comfortable doing it. But I think there's a considerably larger percentage of the population that could do it or would feel comfortable at least trying to figure out how to do it than than would have been the case when we were that age.
Oh, for sure.
So
that is very true. I mean, you got YouTube and stuff these days. A lot of people rely on it. I use it all the time.
Oh yeah.
It's the other thing is installing a heatsink. You know what I mean? Is part of the complication that you have to do for that. Like I said, it's not the end of the world, right? But it's not as simple as it probably should be.
It's not as simple as the way Xbox did it.
Right. Which kind of surprises me, right? Because it's not like fucking PlayStation isn't used to memory cards. Like my PS2 had a memory card. You know what I mean? PS1? They had memory cards? I don't remember.
Yeah. PS1, PS2.
Because that was how you saved games back then. That was
right. So
was just like that wasn't just the PlayStation thing either. That was like almost every, because you couldn't save games on like a SNES or a Sega Genesis or anything like that.
Right.
Well, some cart games though, like at least
but
on
you saved
N64.
it to the cartridge.
Yeah.
But like it was one of those things where
I don't know either. I don't know.
Like Dreamcast had memory cards too.
Oh, I could talk for a long time about that.
Game Shark. Cheat codes for days.
But yeah, do you guys think that the way Sony's doing it, they've only approved these certain M2 NVMEs, but could you just slap any old one in there and see if it runs?
See, I mean, you could try, but PlayStation already came out and said if you break your console, we're not replacing it.
Right.
So it's better not to it's better not to do that. Just don't try. Honestly, I would say if you're not comfortable with upgrading that way, just get expandable storage like everybody else and just switch your games back and forth.
Okay,
it's just safer. And with the read write speeds that are already in the PlayStation, it shouldn't take that long as is.
But with the expandable storage thing, though, the thing that sucks on a PS4, on an Xbox One, and this goes up to the One X and the PS4 Pro, you could run your games off of that drive. On a PC, you can run your games off of that drive. You can't do that on the Xbox One or the PS5 because of how they have
because
that
of the newer technologies. Yeah.
Which is coming to PC.
Yes.
End of the year.
I mean, that'll be good. Because honestly, I need a new boot drive. With Windows 11 and everything, this SSD I got everything on right now might just get wiped. And I might just get a new one and just pop it in there.
Well, I have a M.2 SSD that I've been using for games. And then my SATA drive, I'm just keep as my SATA SSD is the boot drive.
I have so much random storage. Anyways. I have a lot of storage in my computer right now. It's been the past few years. But anyways, so I mean, look, I'm just excited for Sony fans. They're gonna be able to actually get, because they do have a good chunk of games that they can put on there now. And then when they get their when Horizon does come out or God of War or whatever they feel like playing comes out, they can just install it really easily.
Without having to uninstall 3 editions of Call of Duty or something.
Oh my god, dude! Don't even get me started. Well, actually, you know what? Speaking of Call of Duty, that is a great transition, Justin. People should have stopped playing Call of Duty if we're being totally honest here. Or any Blizzard game, because Activision / Blizzard, because they are just pieces of shit apparently.
Dude.
I can't. I couldn't believe this was in the document earlier. right?
Yeah.
So Activision Blizzard was charged with a misogyny tax in 2017.
So did we talk about the Activision Blizzard last week?
We did briefly.
Okay, recap.
They're
They're
pieces of
terrible
shit.
human beings.
Yes.
That's really yeah.
And you don't want to have, not a penis and work there, basically, because you're subjected to people, putting cameras in the bathroom and stuff.
Yeah, so that came out today, I think,
Mhm.
was the camera thing. So an employee got in trouble there for putting a camera in the bathroom to quote unquote point at the toilet in the ladies' restroom. So that's gross on many different levels.
Oh yeah, Alan mentions the Cosby suite.
Oh
shit
yeah,
was
you got the
nuts.
Cosby suite.
The pictures. Oh my god.
Have you seen the
dear
chats?
God.
Yeah, between their private chats and like their
Yeah,
shit on
dude,
Facebook.
And
Ridiculous.
keep in mind, all of this is coming out, and Blizzard employees have been like, yeah, this is a fucking problem. Meanwhile, their executive structure, so we're kind of bouncing around between their problems here, but the Cosby suite is exactly what it sounds like, by the way. If you're wondering, yes, it's a reference to Bill fucking Cosby and the rape thing. Oh, sorry, RAPE. YouTube doesn't like that. And like, oh god, I can't. I'm gonna just you guys talk. I'm gonna get mad.
Right. So basically, we know that video game developers and publishers have this reputation for just being bad places to work for a lot of reasons. And this is just the most recent one of those, like something happening and everyone getting mad about it and then them being like, oh, we didn't know, we're gonna do better. We're not gonna say how we'll do better, but we'll do better.
Right.
And now we have Blizzard employees walking out, which is wonderful.
I'm sorry, Tim just changed his lights to red because he's mad.
Oh, perfect.
I noticed that he's looking at the camera all pissed, and then I saw the lights change.
I love
And
that.
I think last week, I think all of this just continues to point out the reason why the employees for video game companies, especially major video game companies, need to be unionized, so that they can actually have some kind of structure to rely on, to get things like done, right?
Yes.
Because I'm in the military, right? So I don't really have this issue. We have IG, which is investigative folks or whatever, and OSI, which is basically like FBI of the Air Force and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So if there's fucking problems, they generally get fixed. Generally, I say, because there's semantics in there. But anyways, I don't feel like video game companies have that kind of thing because they go to the HR department. The HR departments are there to protect the company and not the employees.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. And that's kind of always been a problem. So it's just I don't know how they don't unionize in some way. You got the crunch issues that have been coming out. You know what I mean, over the past year or so. I mean, continuously, but you've seen a lot over the past year. Then you got like this stuff, and it's just like, if you don't have like a backbone, really, and it's just individuals, right? You can't attack it as a group. Then I don't know.
Yeah.
It's definitely disappointing.
Yeah, it's always, every time you see this, I always think, why don't they just unionize? But then I see things like Activision Blizzard just hired this like famous union busting lawyer that they just put on their payroll. So I'm like, I wonder if people have tried and it's just been quashed. People have been fired. People have been scared.
Well, but I think they got to roll off events like this, right? When big things like this happen, the way you get changes made is the longer it's in the public view, the better.
Yeah.
Because the public will continue to shit on them until they fix things. You have to continue that wave, that momentum, until you get to where you need to be, which is easier said than done, for sure, 100%. But I just think in the meantime, not playing Call of Duty, I'm probably not going to get the Diablo 2 remake, unfortunately, because it looks good, but I just can't, one, there's a bajillion other games to play, for one, to start with. And for two, I just don't want to support that. Like, Blizzard's been going down the drain forever, and it seemed like maybe the Blizzard 2 remake was going to help them, but
the Overwatch remake?
I'm sorry.
Blizzard
Overwatch?
2?
He meant the
Oh.
Diablo 2. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Diablo, yeah, the Blizzard, the Diablo 2 remake or whatever. Because like, and then on top of that, nobody's excited about Overwatch 2.
No.
You know what I mean? Like this, there's no excitement for their games. They've said that all development on WoW is essentially ceased because of the morale in the company and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I don't. Call of Duty is going to keep the company itself afloat, but I think you could start seeing some things fold, like really long held IPs or whatever. Not World of
Oh,
Warcraft,
yeah,
but you know,
dude. Like,
you know what I mean.
remember
But like
when
Overwatch 2 could get scrapped.
Yeah, remember when they acquired Destiny and then they
Yeah,
unacquired Destiny because Destiny didn't want to work for them anymore?
yeah. It's just I don't know, dude. It's wild.
Yeah, it's an absolute mess. Hopefully, we'll see developers manage to connect and work together and form some union, do something to enact change.
Right.
And I mean, if anybody knows any way that we can help, let us know. And we can spread the word.
I
We do our
mean,
best. Yeah.
any company that gets fined for a misogyny tax, like Cody was originally talking about before we sidetrack,
Yeah.
and then winds up having just going, yeah, I'll pay that.
You know, there's something
Any
wrong.
any company where somebody puts a fucking camera in a bathroom and the response is a slap on the fucking wrist. Any company where the uh, the director for a game, the director for WoW, is known for going around at company events and saying shit like how he wants to marry people, and then the whole Cosby Suite thing that directly involved him.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And he still works there. And this has been a known issue in that company for years. Like, I love Diablo. I like Warcraft. I like StarCraft. COD's okay. That company needs to fucking burn. Like, I want nothing to do with it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's disappointing.
Yeah.
I think.
yeah. And
We didn't
no
really.
amount of, oh, we're taking steps to fix it mean, like, own that shit. If you fuck up, you own it.
Right.
Hey, we fucked up. Yep, that happened. We're making, like, I don't know. The denial's awful.
We didn't really go into why the tax happened, but long story short, basically, a female employee for a different company that did like cybersecurity or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
went to a Blizzard booth and had a T-shirt on that had something to do with like it was like a play on words about penetration, and then the dudes at the booth basically kept making jokes about penetrating her.
Yeah, it was like a cybersecurity thing, and
Yeah,
they were just super awful, and she left, right? And
right,
fast forward, and she's like the head of this security firm, and Blizzard reaches out to them to do some project, and she gets that, and she's like, "Oh, these guys," and gets
right,
together with her boss, and they write up a response, and it was basically like, "Hey, yeah, we will do this. However." So and so here remembers when you were complete fucking awful people to her. So we're gonna charge you a 50% misogyny tax on top of our normal rate. You need to be like this super high level donator to this like women's charity thing. And some other shit. And Blizzard seems like they agreed. The article, I believe it was on Kotaku, cited these events, and sure enough, Blizzard wasn't on there, but Activision was noted as being like a silver tier, top tier donator for the event and shit. So I guess they decided that it was worth it.
yeah. I don't know. It's just I don't. It's crazy. All the stuff that's coming out about Activision Blizzard. It's just kind of.
Yeah,
Know.
probably don't work there.
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, don't work there. But we're gonna switch on to happier topics, which is all the fucking video games that we played this week.
There's so many.
There is. We'll start with Tribes of Midgard.
Yeah.
We'll come back. We'll talk about the Ascent before Halo. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Tribes of Midgard. Interesting game. I was the only one interested in it to start with. So I was also the only one who originally bought it.
This
It
is
is
a Viking survival kind of game.
kind of like it's a weird mishmash because you run around. It's top down like Diablo would be, but you gather resources and stuff like that, and you build defenses around because you're trying to defend the tree of Yggdrasil from random enemies and Jotun and all that kind of thing or whatever. So it's a weird mishmash of a bunch of different types of games. And it's fun, but as Justin said, it's also very stressful
Oh my
the
god,
whole
yeah.
time. So I was playing it by myself, ran into some problems, and I went because it's made for up to 9 people to co-op at the same time. I went, I need help. I was like, Justin, if I buy the suit for you, will you help me? And he said yes.
Anytime.
So Justin, what did you think about it?
I was really surprised. I don't know what I was really expecting, but something about the day-night cycle and you spend your day going and like gathering supplies, fighting things, and then at night you have a brief window where you can like go back home, upgrade some shit, buy new things, build defenses, and then there's a chunk of time where you're under attack, right? You've got your little village, and these creatures come and attack you. You have to fight them off, and they're trying to kill your tree, which you need to protect. And I was really surprised at how tight it felt. Like I felt like I needed to constantly be out there gathering souls, which is your currency to keep the tree alive. And it was pretty overwhelming, that first match that we played, jumping in and just like trying to figure out what to do, because there are kind of a lot of different things that you can go for, right? You can kind of build up your defenses, or you can build up your personal like gear, or you can you also have to upgrade the people in the town, your craftspeople.
Yep.
There's a lot.
It's definitely, you can tell it's made for 9 people, like for sure, because there's so many tasks to be done at the same time that even playing by myself, I was just like, oh my god. But I mean, dude, you are locked in because you have like they don't give you a checklist. You just have to like fucking figure it out, bro. Like just like figure things out as you go. And then there's crafting. There's it's also a roguelite, which I think wasn't advertised at all. But the way it works is like every time you play through a game, right? You play through a world. If you lose, you have to restart on a new randomly generated world. But every time you end a world, whether it be positive or negative, because after the first Jotun, you can just end the game by going to the Bifrost and being victorious and all that stuff. You level up in like a battle pass type system, kind of thing. And I saw some people like in the reviews on Steam, they really didn't like that. So it's just kind of, it's interesting, but like the loop is just so intense, like the whole time, so it keeps you very locked in and whatnot. And it makes you want to keep playing. Like I was thinking about it yesterday. I was like, man, I might jump on some tribes here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's still a lot that we haven't really gotten to. Like we haven't tried like beating the first Jotun and then just dipping out.
Right. So, well, I've done that personally, but we didn't do that together. So, but yeah, I mean, you go and you get your experience and stuff that way and stuff. So yeah, it's just it's fun. The combat's very simple. Like if you're playing with the controller, you're just gonna mash X or Y, and then you got potions. Like it's not. Yeah. Oh, and then we didn't even talk about building. You can talk about the building, like the ramps and shit.
Yeah, there's like different areas that you can't like get to because they're like up on hills or like down, like you're on a hill, and you have to build ramps and things which require resources, and you place them in the world and you can use them, but like enemies can destroy them. I definitely had a moment where I ended up like rolling off of a cliff to a lower area, and I was like, oh cool, look at all this cool stuff that I have. And it was almost nighttime, and I was like, oh shit, I better get out of here. And you have a teleport to go home that you can use, but I had used mine pretty recently. So I was like, Cody, you need to help me out. You need to build me a ramp or something. I don't want to die and lose all my crap, but I can't get out. And It's very chaotic.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a good time though,
It
especially
is.
at a $20 price range.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not gonna say wholeheartedly like people love it, but at $20, you're looking to kill some times and out of game. I think it priced itself very well. I think that's literally perfect for it. So,
Yeah, I think
um,
I'd be curious to try the matchmaking and see how that is, getting like a
yeah,
full party of people.
yeah, 9 people. Yeah, I do find it surprising they went with 9 because I think we talked about this. Trying to get 9 of your friends together at the same time to play a fucking game is
That's not
basically just
easy.
not going to happen.
And
Because
there's no matchmaking, you said, right?
no, there is. We just
Oh, there
didn't
is.
try it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Tim, did you see? You were watching a stream it the other night? Did you have
Yeah.
any thoughts on it?
Um, it looked kind of like you guys were saying on the stream, like there's a lot to do at once, but it kind of looked like it was very much a loop of like it's a roguelite in some ways.
Mhm. Yep.
So, but it looks like that loop, the progression loop, isn't super captivating. So I'm curious as to how many times people are willing to like go through that before it's like, all right, I'm on to the next game. Like, especially if you're playing with 9 people and you say it's hard enough to get 9 people together once,
Right.
but are you gonna really have a group of 9 people playing that game over and over and over? So it's a neat looking game, and it there were certainly some things that were kind of cool about it. I thought
Mhm.
it was weird that the currency was souls, given the whole Viking theme thing. I
Right.
don't know, like they could
Right.
have picked literally anything,
Hmm.
but it it looks interesting,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
Shout
I
out,
don't think I'm interested in it. You know what I mean?
shout out
Right.
to the water killing us for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
You can't swim and you're a Viking.
yeah.
Tim was
You're
very
God,
floored by that
that
fact.
was
you're a
a big
Viking.
moment.
They like rolled into the water and died. I was like,
Yeah.
wait, eh, uh,
The authenticity was not
ooh.
there.
Yeah, it was I don't know, it was interesting. It is still I don't know, I enjoyed it. I honestly I really think you probably need a minimum of 4 people if you really, really wanna complete it. I
Yeah,
think 4
just the
people
two of
would
us
be
felt like just not enough.
3 would be pushing it. Well, you know what I but the thing is like just the 2 of us, right? But the if let's say we played it a lot, I'm sure we could figure out ways to just streamline exactly what we're
Right.
doing with each
Yeah.
day.
There's definitely,
Um,
like, we've had ideas, like maybe this would be better, maybe that would be better that we
right.
haven't tried yet.
Right,
So,
because there was things I was doing, like, by myself. Like, we tried different things than what I had done, but there's things I've done, like, by myself to be able to get a little not far as far as we got, but close. I think I got
mhm.
to, like, day 9
Okay.
by myself, and I ended that world on my own because I didn't know you could save the world, right? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I didn't it's hidden in the menus, but yes, you can save it and come back to it later, because each day is about 15 minutes. So, which is very long from the
Mhm.
start of the day the full end of the day after defending your base or whatever. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, it's a good game. Good game.
Mhm.
It reminded me more of Don't Starve Together than anything else in terms of like the way that you play it. But
Yeah,
I'm not saying that it looks like it felt anything like that. Just watching it, I got a lot of
right.
those vibes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I honestly I'm probably partial to it because of the Viking vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I have almost every Vikings game on Steam.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, but yeah. But Justin, hey, we talked about this last week. Just want to get your thoughts on it real quick, because we did stream this. What are your thoughts on Pokemon Unite?
Right. The game's been out for a little bit now.
Mm-hmm.
Andrea has been playing it every day. And yeah, I've hopped on and done like my dailies and played some more matches. I think it's fun. It's a game that like if I'm cooking something and just waiting for something to cook, I'll like go sit on the couch, throw down, play a match real quick.
Right.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of videos now talking about like the pay to win aspect, and I think
Mm-hmm.
it's really nefarious the way they don't talk about how you can use the
Yeah, they don't
premium
talk about it at all.
currency to purchase stuff. You just like
Mm-hmm.
you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Um and also I think that leads into the way when you get killed by someone, you can't see what their held items were, so you don't know if they were like max level 30 items and that's
Right.
why you died. So I feel like that's all kind of scummy. But
Right.
I don't think that it's something that's going to ruin the game for me. Maybe if I was super competitive about it, it would
Right.
upset me. But as it is, just a little free to play kind of gacha game. That's fine.
Yeah. I don't know. I noticed they don't show a lot of things. Like they don't show the score while you're
Yes.
playing, and I think that's to avoid people quitting.
Mhm.
Because I thought about that. I was like, why is the score not on here, right? But if it was getting towards the end, if it was like 2 minutes left and you're down by like 500 points, you just have people drop out. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
it
So
would
I think it's
definitely be. That's weird too because they don't show the score, but they do come up with that like alert, like, oh, you're winning
Yeah.
by a lot. Oh, you're
yeah.
way behind. It's like
We are really struggling, and it's just like, yes, sir, we are.
I almost feel like they could either just not have any of that or
Mhm.
just show the score.
No, I love the we are struggling. The memes for it will be glorious.
Oh God.
Because I really want to make a thumbnail with that from when we played the other day.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't done it yet
That's
because of all
funny.
these games that have come out this week. But
Mhm.
yeah, it was just I don't know. I do still have fun with it. I'm very excited. I haven't played it the past couple days, but I did have a day the other day where I stayed up until like 3 a.m.
Just
and I
going.
was just grinding. Yeah, because there's a couple things with Aurora Park, I think is what it's called. I still have to kill 10 Abras,
Oh
and
yeah.
then like Shreve City, I still have to kill the electrodes.
Yeah, they have all
So just
those
little
map specific
challenges.
things.
Yeah, and then for my battle pass, like I still have some things I need to complete for the season. Um, it's just like little things like that get me to keep playing, and then like I started playing with Pikachu and having a good time, and just
Mhm.
you know what I mean. Like it's just the loop is good, and the
Yeah.
fact that it only ties you up for anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes per
That's
game,
perfect, dude.
right,
I
dude?
love
It just
that.
keeps me locked in. It really
Mhm.
does.
You could have a bad
Um,
game. It's like, well, it was only 10 minutes. No big deal.
yeah.
You know how earlier you asked Cody if he had noise suppression on?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just noticed that like it picked up my chair creak, and I was like, my noise suppression was also off in Discord. I wonder if an
Oh, maybe
update
there's like an
broke it.
update that, yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Okay.
because like mine was also off. Also, you
Right.
guys want to hear something fucked up?
Mm-hmm.
Do we?
You know how at the beginning of the stream I said one of the games that I was probably gonna make some content on is Chernobylite,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and how I bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just checked my email for my personal Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
I got a key.
Oh, bro.
Yeah!
That's
I
awesome.
already bought it.
Well,
Then you
refund
give
it.
it to one of
like,
us.
Yes,
that, yeah.
yes. So we can kind of do what we're gonna do with some of these other games and have multiple perspectives on it
Right.
in a review. So,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I kind of wish that I would have seen that before
Beforehand.
I paid the money,
Right.
but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm good with that because we can do it this way.
Yeah, that game looks really cool.
Also, somebody clipped me being extremely excited for Tim there.
Oh, yeah.
Because I threw up my hands and everything.
I'll get the stream
I got
right
dumb
here.
excited. I just figured we can use it for a thumbnail at some point.
Yeah, there we go.
I have great reactions. I'm starting to
You do.
realize that.
Absolutely. Real thumbnail fodder.
I know. Hey, you want to know what I'm glad I didn't have a reaction to this week, though? My fucking GPU melting, because that would have been the best reaction gif ever. All right.
Oh man.
Oh
yeah, a lot of
my
people
God.
have been running into some issues running New World, was it?
Yes. So, the New World beta came out. I think it was July 21st or something like that. I jumped into it for about a half hour that first day, and then once again, kids being kind of a pain in the butt, so I didn't get a whole lot of time to play. Found out later that night or in the early morning the next morning that people's 3090s, specifically the one I have, were getting fried from playing New World, and it had to do with the uncapped frames in the menus for New World. So I didn't play it for a few days. Amazon did release an update, and they patched it while also saying it wasn't their fault. Whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, just way to shift blame.
We can fix it, but
yeah,
it's definitely not us that broke it. Okay.
right. But anyways, so
Maybe you broke it, but
I didn't jump back on it until I saw a video of J2 Cents, who is a tech not streamer but YouTuber.
Mhm.
Very good guy.
he also streams.
Yeah, but I don't watch any of his streams.
Well,
I watch most of his YouTube content. I think that's what he's most well known for. I'm sure he does stream.
yeah.
But yeah, him, he's the kind of the other guy I watch outside of Linus for Linus Tech Tips. But he did a video where he literally tried to melt his 3090 for the Win 3 after the patch had come out. Like at first he just played it normally, and then he like legit would try to put it on under very stressful conditions to get it to break, and it didn't happen. So, and then EVGA came out and said they would replace any 3090s that burnt out. So I was just like,
Nice.
fuck it. Started playing, had no issues. And let me tell you this, I still love New World. Oh my fucking god, dude. I absolutely love that game. It is a lot of fun. I don't like MMOs in general. But New World's combat really brings me in. But the other thing that brings me in is the fact that literally every aspect of it is enjoyable, right? The crafting is fun. You're not limited in your crafting. Like I remember in WoW or Guild Wars or any other MMO, you're normally limited to like 2 crafting classes. There's no more limitations here, man. You can craft whatever the fuck you want. You just got to find the materials, right? I remember I was talking to Tim when I was playing one day. I found a purple or an epic level slug, fire slug, just randomly in the forest. It was interesting. I don't know.
That's crafting material of some kind?
Yeah, it was a crafting material. It was just like, okay. And then, so I haven't played it in a year. I'm a little all over the place because I am really excited about this game. I haven't played it since last year's beta, which is about August, the same time frame. And they've added fishing. Fishing's very simple, but it is still enjoyable. Like if you want those chill vibes, you just go out to a lake and you just cast out the line and you just be chilling.
Ben
The
in the
combat.
chat. Give it 2 weeks, Cody. You'll be here saying you ran out of stuff to do. Law.
There is no way I can run out of stuff in New World because something I haven't. So I'm level 20-ish. I think I'm a little bit less. Level 19, right? But I definitely had like there's so much to do. It's almost like there's too much to do. You know what I mean? Because outside of like just leveling your own character, right? You join a faction, one of the 3 factions. You join it, right? And then it's just like you got to build up your town like reputation, and like not your personal reputation, but like the town itself, so you can get higher crafting levels for your loom or your forge or whatever. And just like there's plenty of like group projects to do.
There's that community kind of rival guild aspect.
Right. And then you got the PvP, and I didn't really dig into the PvP a whole lot. I didn't get a chance to touch the dungeons because I didn't hit level 25, but that's basically where the dungeon delving starts. And then you also have like the like their, I don't know, darkness points. I forget what they're called. Corruption points. Yeah, corruption, where the whole world changes, right? You like walk in and the screen you'll be like in this lush forest, and all of a sudden you'll be in this black and red, just like black clouds rolling around you kind of thing, and these freaking demonic monsters just trying to eat your ass, and you're like, you know, like it's
kind
just
of a Oblivion Gate moment.
Whoa, I thought you had to pay extra for that.
For the ass eating? Nah, that's included.
They added it in after melting everybody's graphics card.
Yeah.
There is a lot to do. I didn't, and then you also have the taking over forts to control areas and stuff like that. There's a lot to do, but the main point is that it's all enjoyable. Everything you do is enjoyable in some way, shape, or form. There's a way you can enjoy it. They don't, by not restricting your class in any way, you can play with any weapons you want. So like I was running around with an ice gauntlet and sword and shield for a while. I tried a rapier and ice gauntlet. I tried ice gauntlet. I really played around with the ice gauntlet a lot because the ice gauntlet wasn't in the game last year.
Right. New edition.
But right, and so I played with that a lot. I tried ice gauntlet and life staff. Like it's just you can combo with it. You get 2 weapon sets you can get, and you can combo either one of them, and it's just fun. And then you can master all the weapons if you want. And you just level up, and it's just, I don't know, it's just a good time the whole time. Like I don't feel like sometimes MMOs turn into work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't getting that feeling at all. Now maybe I'd get that feeling after I hit level 60 and I felt like I've done all the content, but I don't think I would. If I could get into like a good company, which is a guild in the game, I think it would keep the game fresh enough, kind of thing. once you hit those higher levels. But there's just so much to that game. There's so much to do, and it's just fun, and it looks great. Looks amazing.
I cannot wait to get in there and turn it into
Yeah.
work and mine all day every day and get rich. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
I ask you a completely unrelated question.
What's up?
Have either of you seen that Steam has updated the UI for the download page?
No.
No.
If you
Talking about when you're downloading games?
Yep, if you look at it now, it looks a lot more like the Steam Deck. Like it's like they're starting to slowly
Oh,
roll out those UI updates that they were talking
right.
about.
Yeah.
I probably have to update my Steam because I don't have that.
Yeah, I just started
Yeah,
downloading a game,
same.
and instead of that old green, it's like a bright ass neon green like
Ooh.
disk usage line, and like
Oh, I
the
hear you. Here, let me update
yeah.
something. I'll update Bannerlord. Let's update some Bannerlord.
Let's update some Bannerlord.
Oh yeah, no, mine's that green still.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, never mind. I see what you're talking about. Blue lines.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
No,
Yeah.
that's normal.
It's the whole thing. The whole
We'll have to
thing's
update
like
it.
different. For me.
Anyways, but yeah. So, anyways, New World. I'm excited. Also, I thought it was $60. It's
40.
not.
It's
It's
only
40.
40.
It's $40.
Less of an
$40
investment.
for that game is stealing.
I still
a
think
way.
they're crazy if they don't somehow use it to sell Luna
Oh yeah,
subscriptions.
yeah. We did, Tim and I were talking
Mhm.
about that. It is not free on Luna, and the fact that it's not is just blows my mind
That's so
because
dumb.
it's the only game that seems like it's going to be successful from Amazon. So why not just wrap it into your subscription for 6 months? Like, let's say you subscribe and you get 6 months of New World free, and then you could buy it at a discount at the end. Let's say you buy it for $30 instead of $40 at the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get a 6-month trial. The fuck?
Luna has
Like-
nothing going for it right now, so that would be at least one thing that would be enticing.
Right.
Yeah, it's like how do you sell a platform? Games.
Exactly. So, so actually, we're about to get right into this. So I got some of my airmen in my chat over here on Facebook. They're asking me, how's the multiplayer for Halo, and is there
Ooh,
any
buddy.
custom armor stuff released yet? Okay, so I need everybody to understand, if you haven't been paying it or haven't been following the Halo stuff, it is a technical beta, or they call it a flight, but most people would know it as a beta. It is very limited in the overall scope of what they have at the moment. They show some armor pieces, but you can't equip them. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a level thing I have to reach while over the weekend or something like that, but I currently can't. I currently can't equip them as it is right now. But Halo multiplayer, they upgraded the bots today. And some of them bots are better than people, as I saw somebody on Twitter say, and it's absolutely true.
Yeah, they upped
And they're
them
not
to
even
ODST difficulty.
right, and they're not. Yeah, it's not even the highest difficulty. There's a Spartan difficulty, and it's just and they threw a new map in the rotation, and it's but it's just a ton of fun. It feels like Halo. I got my hands on with the gravity hammer today, and I beat the shit out of a couple bots, and it was fun.
Awesome.
But the biggest thing, so we were talking about a review, like an initial impressions review for this earlier, and something I didn't talk about in that is the clambering.
Clamber? Is that the word? Where you clamber up something?
Yeah, where you're able to climb up stuff or whatever,
Yeah.
where you can climb
Why
up
didn't
ledges.
you just say climbing?
Because they call it
Uh-huh.
clambering.
Yeah, they
Why
call
did
it.
you just say climbing?
I don't know. You're climbing, Tim.
Not yet.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, that mechanic by itself has opened up the maps so much, especially the new map that they rolled in today, which I don't know the name off the top of my head. But being able to jump on boxes and then climb up a ledge, right? Like opens up so like just different ways to navigate the map.
It's a lot
Justin
more
saw me
mobility than usual.
right. And they did it without having to add in that weird dash thing they had in Halo 5, which is
Hated
what I
that.
appreciate. I didn't like it either. But you can like jump on boxes and then you can, let's say the ledge is like the box is here and you're against a flat wall. You can angle it so you can still get to the ledge and you'll climb up it, and then it just gives you different ways to like attack people and stuff like that. And it really makes map knowledge that more important. But the guns in it feel great. The Sidekick, which is a new pistol, Justin's seen it and all the gameplay I've been recording. I use it all the time. It's great.
You immediately swap off of your AR or whatever.
Oh, all the time. Yeah, because it's basically like a good precision weapon without actually having a precision weapon. So
it's
it's
a
just
swagnum.
yes.
That's pretty
It's
close.
not as it's not as powerful, right? Especially once the bots came up onto a higher difficulty. But they're definitely better. Oh, and then also on the new multiplayer map, they had the Ravager, right? That thing's a fucking beast.
Yeah, how would you describe that thing? Like
the Alienware of guns in Halo. I think that's how I described it
the
while
bright
we were
red,
playing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's very,
Very
it's just very
gamer.
bright. Yeah, it looks very gamery. But really, what it is, it's like a very, very strong battle rifle or Covenant rifle is what it is. It only takes like one. If you can get all 3 shots to hit a guy, they could possibly die, just depending on where they are. If they're full health, they won't quite die. It seems like it takes like one more hit after that. But yeah, it's very strong. Yeah, the Ravager's a really cool gun, and it's brand new as far as I know. I think it's brand new. And then you got the Skewer. Thing's a freaking beast. It's a lot of fun to play with.
It's your harpoon gun.
Yeah, the Skewer. You see it in the multiplayer thing, the multiplayer like reveal trailer that they did a while back, where he hit the Warthog with it. I do agree with Justin. Justin said earlier, he's like, it doesn't stick people to walls, which it should, honestly.
It absolutely
I hope it gets.
should.
If it does that to a Warthog, 100%, it should carry the body, dude. This is just freaking fly. Yeah, man, it's so much fun. It just feels a lot like Halo, and I said this at the end of the initial impressions video that we were making earlier. It makes me very hopeful for what could come in November, because I think we all kind of had doubts with 343 and kind of the direction Halo went with Halo 4 and Halo 5, especially Tim.
I still have doubts. I still have doubts.
I think if you played it, you'd have less doubts.
But it's not. There are a lot of good things about this flight,
right?
But let's not pretend like it hasn't had its issues as well. You know what I mean?
So yeah, and I forgot to go into that because I was talking about some of the good things about New World,
yeah.
and then Rios was asking me about the stuff about Halo. The biggest issue with Halo, that this flight in particular, is that when they did the technical like reveal on Wednesday, they said this is the smallest flight that they're going to have going forward, and each one is going to ramp up in the amount of people that are going to be able to participate. Getting the game just to get to the point where I could download it. So for me, it was getting a Steam key was a fucking pain in the ass, because nobody could get on the damn Halo Waypoint website. And I cannot for the life of me understand why they chose to do it that way, other than to stress test their website and or just get people to fucking actually use it, because nobody uses that shit.
I mean, I think that's probably it right there.
You
nailed it on the head. Stress test it, because nobody uses Waypoint and probably hasn't since Halo 3.
Yeah.
Right.
When they first rolled that shit out.
Well, my problem is that like this isn't the first beta or anything of that kind that 343 is ran. So let's say there's like 100. I don't know how many people are in this flight, but let's say there's like 100,000 people. Why are they having this many problems with the website? Like the website was down for literally hours. Like, it wasn't like just an hour and it could get in. And then I still never got it to pull up on my computer. I got it pulled up on my phone. I never got a message from Waypoint. I just pulled up my profile, and I happened to see that my Steam key was at the bottom of the page.
Oh my goodness.
So it wasn't even like I got my message and I was able to get I was just trying to get different pages to load to see what I could do with it, kind of thing. So I just kind of happened upon it. I ended up finally getting on about 12 or 1 a.m. like our time, like Central Time. So, but that's really been the most frustrating part. The other most frustrating thing for me is having to reset my field of view every fucking time I get in the game.
Right, yeah. That's there have been some weird bugs like that.
Yeah.
Or everyone says that if you rebind your push to talk key, your game will just crash.
Yeah,
what?
I've had the game crash once. And that was earlier. I was trying to get in a game and it just crashed. So, but overall, the gameplay itself, I think they've done a really good job with. I think they found a really good balance in between old heads like myself and Justin and Tim, kind of you, because you don't really play Halo anymore. But I mean, they found a good balance in between people that grew up with like Halo 1 to Halo 3 and the Halo Reach, and the newer players who've basically only played Halo 4 and Halo 5. When it comes to like how your character moves and stuff like that and whatnot. It's a lot of fun. Oh, I also got to try the grappling hook for like 10 seconds.
Oh yeah.
And that was cool. I was like, what is my LB right now? Like I didn't recognize the icon. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'm flying across the map. I was like, what the fuck?
So for me, like gunplay in Halo, even in 4 and 5, has always been fun.
Right.
The multiplayer's always been acceptable. Where I had issues was like the card pack shit in Halo 5, where it's like that's fucking ridiculous. That shouldn't have been in the game. And then where they really lost me though, because like microtransactions, it's not like I didn't play Overwatch. Like it is what it is. Microtransactions are in games, right?
Right.
But where they really lost me, where 343 really fucked it up for me, was the story. And so as much as I want to play Halo Infinite multiplayer, like I want to enjoy a Halo story again.
Right.
And that's where I'm like,
yeah.
Well, here's the great part. Here's the great part, Tim. You don't have to pay for either fucking one of them.
Game Pass day one. Let's
go. Game Pass day one for the campaign, and the multiplayer is going to be free to play. So I just, that's why I have a little bit more hope. The story could suck, but just the gameplay, the gunplay, basically the only thing I play Halo for right now, which is just a good multiplayer shooter. It's there. Like the bones of it are there. I hope they don't break it. Don't break the bones before November. I'm very excited. Obviously,
don't break its bones.
Yeah.
I think my favorite thing that I saw from you playing was you recorded that like 90-minute clip, and at one point you're shooting at a guy, and your teammate like killed him, and the bot was like in a doorway, and the bot's body shoots up, and like his head goes through the doorway, and he's just like, you just see his body ragdolling out, just like, oh my god.
There's been, I don't, shit. Did you see, and it was in like the first or second match that I played, where I beat that bot and it like died and it just fucking launched through the window. It just went, it's like a home run or some shit. It was crazy.
Yeah, some of those ragdolls are really fun.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't talk about is I did play the Academy, which is the shooting range.
Yeah.
And I think that was a awesome addition to Halo as it is. Because let's say I don't get a chance. Let's say I get deployed, right? I don't play Halo for 6-8 months, something like that. And I'm like, I'm gonna come back and play some Halo. Instead of just getting my ass whooped for 10 games, I can come in and just reacclimate myself, in the shooting range, or what's eventually going to be like what we're doing right now and fighting bots and stuff like that. And also it's perfect for leaderboard challenges. Like there's going to be,
I love that.
There's got to be leaderboards for that, because I was already challenging myself on the sniper one when I was just like, I mean,
you did that one like the most.
Yeah, I did it like 4 times in a row because I was like, I'm getting 30,000 points on this bitch. Like it's gonna happen. So it's just, it's a lot of fun. And then you got the AI and the call outs. Like the AI I have equipped right now, I forget what it's called, but it's like very flirtatious and it's funny. Like you pick up a weapon and she's like, ooh, the SR7. Like she's just, I don't know, it's funny. I'm glad that like the AIs are gonna have different personalities like that. I think it'd be great if they got Nathan Fillion to come in and make an AI as Buck. That would be great. It's just a lot of fun. And they could they need a Doom guy AI is what they need. They need the crossover. Big. Yeah. So, and they can name one of he can say like BFG for one of the guns or something like that. Maybe the Spartan laser or something.
Right.
I don't know.
And I mean, they plan on supporting this game for what, 10 years, they said?
Yeah, it's a live service type thing. So hopefully it's not.
We'll get a lot of cool shit.
Doesn't get shitty after a while. Yeah. But yeah, Doom guy. Oh, that'd be so much fun. So. Oh, boys. All right, that's a lot of talking from me. I'm gonna pass this over from y'all to y'all. Sure. What do you think about the Ascent? Who wants to go first? In the limited time we've played it.
The Ascent is really good, and it's really pretty, and I like playing it.
Yeah.
It looks wonderful. If you want to stop it from locking, like doing a weird like spaz out every time there's an explosion, though, I recommend turning off motion blur for some reason. That worked for me, although it didn't work for Cody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was some tweaking
Rough.
necessary at first. The default
Right.
settings graphically did not run smoothly, but after a little tweaking, beautiful.
It
Yeah, the
looks
game is super pretty.
gorgeous.
Game is super pretty.
Yeah, I was immediately taken in by the story. It was very engaging. I really liked poring over the little codex entries for everything, like every weird like megacorp that you learn about or character that you meet will have like a codex entry, and you like click on it, and they've got like basically like a 3D minifig of like that person or like representing that company. And it just looks like this cute little like detailed diorama or like tabletop game. Oh, it's great.
I love how opposite we are with that one, because there's a lot of games that suck me in story wise, and with this one, I wasn't reading anything. I was just like,
not.
I was just like, I want to shoot things.
Yeah, he was like, "Why can't I do this?" And I'm like, "You didn't read the prompt."
The first
He's like, "How does my
thing.
Yeah, he's like, "How do my grenades work? I can't throw my grenade. Do I need
No, it
more?"
wasn't the
And I was like,
grenade. That wasn't the
"No,
grenade.
you asked about the grenade too." And I was like, "You
No,
gotta
I
wait for it to
said,
charge."
oh yeah, because
You were like, "Do I
Oh,
just
yeah.
can I only throw the grenade with my pistol?" No, Tim.
well, because like the way that it showed the thing, it was like, yeah, it was like on. So the grenade icon is on your whatever weapon you don't have equipped. It shows right next to that. I was like, that's weird. I don't understand. I didn't read anything. Like, I don't know. I just assumed that it worked like on a cooldown or something like that. And Cody's like, no, you have to charge it up. I'm like, that's how grenades work. Sure.
Yeah, it's got a lot of personality. If you walk around and you talk to the side quest people, like there's this one dude who wants you to help him, um, and I think you see it in SkillUp's review of it, where he wants to put people in like some weird stasis of teleportation and just let them die in said stasis, but he needs combat information about how to do it. And so I think that's the grenade that SkillUp was talking about that you can just use for people and whatnot. So,
Cool.
yeah, it is. It's a gorgeous game, especially once they fix their DirectX 12 issues, so you can have ray tracing and stuff like that.
Mhm.
That's gonna make it super pretty. And then the combat's fun. It's just getting to the combat sometimes takes a little while, and I think that's kind of a downside of the game overall.
Mhm.
Because I think it's a twin stick shooter. There should be more shooting
Oh
in my
yeah,
opinion.
that's another thing. Is I tried plugging in my DualShock controller to use that, but it wasn't registering it. And then I
Right.
tried using like DS4 Windows, and I got my prompts to appear on screen. Props to them for having PlayStation prompts, by the way. But then I couldn't do anything, so I ended up playing mouse and keyboard, which was fine. But I feel like the controller's got to be the more comfortable option.
Right. Oh, 100%. I mean, Tim was playing mouse and keyboard earlier though, which is why he wasn't able to hack that thing after I told him to hold Y.
Oh yeah,
He's like, I'm
the Y key.
He's like, I'm holding
Oh,
Y,
my God.
and I was just like, it should work. Like, I know exactly what you're supposed to do.
That
and
was
he's like,
so funny.
it's not working. And then I was like, it's Y on the controller, and he's just like, oh, I'm playing mouse and keyboard. I was like, well, you got. And then he's like
Oh,
looking through the
God.
settings. You know what I mean? If he just would have
Reading,
read the
finally
fucking
reading.
prompt,
Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely,
Oh.
if you don't like reading, I would not recommend playing the Ascent.
Yeah, you got to read at least a little bit. Like the side quest stuff, I don't feel like you have to read a whole lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's interesting dialogue.
They'll have
kind
your
of.
objective path that you can
Right.
follow. But yeah, it feels like a very rich cyberpunk setting. You've got your little your deck or whatever, your hacking deck and all that shit. You're an indent. I like that phrasing.
You are.
Indent. You're basically
indentured.
You go to the planet. I can't remember why you want to come here, but you go to this planet.
They don't really explain it.
And you have to have this company on the planet pay for you to get there, and then you have to work off your debt. And most people don't, because corporations,
Right.
But I even just that word, the indent. The first thing I did, I looked at my settings and I looked at the audio settings, and one of the options was indent, and I was like, Tim the Tatman head indent? No, that's not what it's talking about. It's talking about you as an indentured servant here.
Yeah.
I think it's funny because normally I do read a lot of the stuff in my games, and this one I was just like, I just want to get to the part where I blow stuff up. Because this is, I don't know, it's a twin stick shooter, so I don't normally play the twin stick shooters for story.
Yeah, I don't blame you
Well,
if I'm being honest. I felt the same way after the initial like going through like the I don't know, basically trying to get the waste thing fixed or whatever.
Mhm.
No.
And you're walking around and you're
The
kind of exploring the
WMD.
city. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But when you're done like fixing that, I don't know. But you're up there and you're exploring the city. At first, I was like, oh, this is cool, right? And then I was like, okay, when do I get to shoot things again? Because like that's my same expectation as it, since it is a twin stick. Yeah, and then I'm awful because I literally, as soon as they give me a gun, shoot everybody. It's unlimited ammo. Why the fuck not? It doesn't matter if they're enemy. It doesn't matter if it's civilian, robot. I don't care. I shoot everybody.
I thought it was hilarious. It was teaching me about neutrals, and the first thing I did was shoot them.
Yeah,
it's just like,
yes, 100%.
Right.
100%. I just think of it. This is cyberpunk. Everybody is a piece of shit. So
you guys,
I don't care.
Does it bill itself as a twin stick shooter? Because it comes off to me as more of like your classic CRPG.
It doesn't feel like a CRPG at all.
Yeah, I think of it as twin stick shooter as well.
It
Because
felt
CRPGs are slower, right?
It felt a lot like I was
I
playing.
mean, they definitely aren't action games.
Right.
But yeah, this comes off as more like this to me feels more like an action game. It feels more like Helldivers. Was the one that
Yeah,
kept
we were talking about it
like
earlier.
I was playing it and I was like I feel a lot like when I was playing Helldivers, and that's a game that I love, by the way.
Very good.
So it's yeah, that's what it comes off to me. It comes off as it's weird because I don't normally associate these words together. So, but it comes off as a story-driven twin stick shooter, which is unique in and of itself. But I don't feel like a CRPG or an ARPG or anything like that when I'm playing it.
I do think that's part of the reason why it has lower Metacritic scores overall, is because it is a story-driven twin stick shooter, and so it's not your twin stick shooters. Normally it's just like jump in,
it's
shoot
just
shit,
action,
and leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what Helldivers is. And this is jump in, shoot shit, read things for 30 minutes, and then shoot more shit. And I think the stop and pacing, like the slowing down and pacing, is kind of jarring for a lot of folks, including myself, because I was just like, okay, this will be like 15-minute break, and I'm gonna shoot more shit, and then it's just like, no, you got to talk to people. This is like Cyberpunk 2077, but it's top down, and I'm like, I like it and I don't like it because I just want to shoot things. Like, I want to throw my grenade at things. Like, that's more what I'm looking for.
I want to use my punchy button. Let's go.
Oh, dude, that punchy button. I love the after effect of the fucking body just turning into flames into the fucking dust, and they just disappear. Like,
everything graphically that they did with that game is so good.
Oh my god,
it's beautiful amazing. Detail.
Right. And I think a lot of people hit it on the head, because I watched a lot of reviews for it, because I remember just last week I was asking you guys gonna play the Ascent, and you guys were like, what was that again?
Yeah, I forgot
Which
about it.
one was that? Right, and it happened to both of y'all, and so I was just like, okay, maybe we're not hyped for this. Like, maybe this isn't a game we're gonna play together. But then like people started hyping it up a couple days prior, and then it kind of came out, and it was just kind of like, now it has good. It's very much like, I think it had a 67 Metacritic score and like a 75 for PC and 67 for console kind of thing. So because I think people are either falling in the camp that they love it or they hate it, instead of like having that middle ground.
Yeah,
because you're looking for it's drawing in two different parties that I think are looking for two different things, and then they're getting kind of both.
Right.
They're getting a little bit of what they want and some stuff that they don't want, and it's just kind of jarring for them. So
yeah. We got to try co-op.
Is that the plan tonight?
I'd be down to try it.
I would too.
Yeah.
Probably.
Give it a whirl. See if we can get it working.
Yeah, let's see if it works better than Gang Beasts.
Oh god, yeah. That
We
was a
tried that.
nightmare.
I don't think that's a hard. That's not a high bar.
No,
That's a
dude.
pretty.
Well,
It's
you
a
wanna know what
pretty
the
low bar to jump
you
over.
wanna know what the worst part about that is, Tim?
Yeah, you
Is
figured out
that
how to get it.
yeah, that I figured it out. It was literally
Just
just one
in the
more button
menus.
press. It was no, it wasn't even that. Like you go into like where you see your character, and then it's just one more button press, and it'll give you the invite option, and then it's just like, oh, it's not very intuitive. So that's
No.
I mean, it makes sense why we don't like it there. So,
Uh,
but yeah, boys. Closing thoughts. Hey, we only went 15 minutes over.
hey, pretty good. Usually we're like an hour over.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Gotta
Closing thoughts. I don't know, man. I'm excited to jump into New World with you, Cody. I think that's gonna
Yes.
be a lot of fun to try out and just jump into and have a
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah. Tim, you should get it. You'll have more time after playing
Dude.
quit your job simulator 2021.
Yeah.
Well, I start my job simulator 2021 on Monday.
Yeah, but I mean, less stress, right?
Yeah, dude.
We'll
You
see.
wake up early in the
We'll
morning
see.
anyway. Like
We'll see. I get up at.
we'll all just wake up at 4 a.m. and play before Tim goes to work.
You guys are just gonna have to get on my schedule, okay? Start getting. It's the Kobe schedule. You get up at 4. You have more time to play games, okay? It's like if you want to be the best gamer, you can. Never mind. I was gonna. So I watched a video of Kobe Bryant talking about how much he trained, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, he was talking about how he gets so much more training in by just getting up at 4 a.m. and starting working out. So he would like start his workout at 4, rest from 6 to 8, work out again at 9, rest until like noon, work out again at like 2, and then again at 4. Now he's trained 4 times a day when everybody else is training 2 or 3. He's like, you do that for a summer, I've already trained years more than you. And so you can't catch up. And I was like, damn, that's what we're gonna start doing with video games, boys.
Yep, that's the plan.
I mean, shit. I bet you that's what Gamer Ranks does.
Oh,
How much
God.
content they put out? Shit. So
Yeah, they put out content daily.
is that your closing thought? We're gonna do the Kobe schedule.
No. My closing thought is I love you.
We have played more games.
I love you? Question mark.
I'm tired. Leave me alone, bro.
I can tell you're tired. That's okay. That's okay. All right. Hey, so we're gonna go to the main OLIP opening screen here for about probably like 10 minutes.
Take a little
Hopefully
break.
no longer than that.
Come back
then
and
we'll
try
be
to
back.
do the Ascent co-op.
Yes, I'm going to keep the Facebook stream open because we have people here,
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
which is honestly new. The 5 people that are viewing this right now, welcome. Please stay. Watch us play games.
One of them left when Tim started talking sports.
Of course, 100%. Always happens.
All right.
Always happens.
We'll be back.
Yep, we'll be right back. Oh my god. All right, I'm gonna